Good afternoon, everyone. We would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Fort Nelson First Nation. Good afternoon, graduates and honored guests. My name is Sarah Toffelmeyer. It is my honor to be your MC for the Fort Nelson Secondary School graduating ceremony of 2023. It is the moment graduates have all looked forward to for the last 12 years. We have a very talented group of students, and I'm very excited to commemorate this occasion with you all. Before we get things underway, I'd like to ask that no one is in the walkway or in front of the stage at any point throughout our ceremony. At this time, we'd also like you to double check that your device is on off or silent mode. Thank you so much. I'd like to invite Mr. Lucas up to the stage, please. Family and friends, Fort Nelson Secondary School's graduating class of 2023. Mahave Aden. Mahave plans to move away and pursue post-secondary education. Savannah Shepherd. Savannah plans to save money over the summer and then move to Grand Prairie to pursue a career as a tattoo artist. Nick Akins. Nick is happy to be graduating and is looking forward to having fun this summer. Matthew Bassett. Matthew plans to go to BCIT in Vancouver to work towards getting his commercial pilot's license. Cody Berg. Cody plans to go to university to pursue a career in the law field. Juliana Boomer. Juliana plans to take some time off before returning to school to study psychology and pursue a career in counseling. Robert Clark. Robert is happy that graduation day is here and he's looking forward to enjoying his summer. Stephanie Cullen. Stephanie would like to thank the following people for all the support and guidance they've provided this last year. Mr. Keller, Mrs. Ganson, her Aunt Lorene, and her mom. Stephanie is looking forward to her future and all the possibilities that lie ahead. Aiden Deloya. Aiden plans to go to UBC Okanagan for engineering, specializing in mechanical engineering. He hopes to eventually work in the aerospace industry or in general mechanical design. Good luck to everyone in their future endeavors. He hopes that all goes well with whatever they get into. Cameron Diamondsea. Cameron plans to attend Northwestern Polytechnic in Grand Prairie to pursue a career as a power engineer. Rhiannon DiMaggio. Rhiannon isn't sure what she wants to do after high school yet, but whatever comes her way, she's ready for it. Elizabeth Fife. Elizabeth is attending the ACOAT program in Dawson Creek to pursue a career in education. Jordan Kerber. Jordan plans to pursue a career in the culinary arts after recently completing his Level 1 from Northern Lights College in Dawson Creek. Emma Fisher. After high school, Emma plans to take a gap year before going to school in Calgary to the Alberta University of the Arts. Peyton Whiddon. Much like everything else in high school, Peyton has handed this in late. Her plan after school is to hopefully stay safe and make wise choices. Austin Gardner. Austin completed the Millwright Foundation Certificate Program at Northern Lights College in Dawson Creek this year and has started his career as a field technician second-year apprentice with Enerflex in Fort Nelson. After graduation, he plans to continue his education to become a Red Seal millwright. Jesse Harrell. Jesse is happy to be graduating today and is looking forward to having fun this summer. Logan Mold. Logan is happy to be finished high school. He is looking forward to attending college in the fall in Dawson Creek, where he has been accepted into the Automotive Mechanic Technician Certification Program. Darren Kasterkoff. Darren is also happy to be graduating and is looking forward to what the future has in store next. Caden Lucas. Caden plans to pursue a career in either pharmacy or as a helicopter pilot. Nicholas McLaughlin. Nick wants to attend the University of Alberta to pursue a Bachelor's of Science program or to explore Europe, specifically the Mediterranean, because of the nice weather. Marshall Michelle. Marshall is excited to graduate today and is looking forward to see what the world has in store for him. Rebecca Morin. Rebecca plans to finish her ECE diploma and explore her options for job opportunities. Gregory Nunes. Greg is pumped to be graduating and is looking forward to what comes next. Hunter Robinson. Hunter plans to attend Northwestern Polytechnic to complete his Bachelor of Business degree and achieve his dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Alexis Romanishin. Alexis is happy to be graduating and she's looking forward to what is coming next. Jackson Showbridge. Jackson plans to go back to school to achieve his professional cook level 2 and apply to work at a resort or hotel in Canada to gain experience. He also hopes to travel the world and learn about different culture and their culinary pasts. Cadence Thompson. Cadence plans to travel a bit before going to college for a cosmetology degree. Rayanne Terreras. Rayanne doesn't have any firm plans for what she's doing after school yet. She just plans to take it easy and see where life takes her. Chloe Takoza. After school, Chloe plans to work for a year and then move out of Fort Nelson and attend school elsewhere. Her favorite school memory is grade 10 gym because it was the most fun, best gym class she'd ever had and will never forget it. Ryder Waftel. Ryder plans to work for a year and then apply to CNC in Prince George to become an X-ray technician. Brody Wells. Brody plans to pursue a career in the trades industry after high school and looks forward to returning to Fort Nelson to live at some point in the future. Jody Wells. Jody plans to move to Kelowna in the fall after working in the summer in Fort Nelson. She wants to make some money, go traveling, and see where life takes her. Darson Rattray. Darson plans on having a fun summer with his family and friends. Please give a round of applause for our graduating class of 2023. We are going to take a slight pause until they are ready for their grand march. It should just be a moment or two. Friends and family, I'd like you to once again join me in welcoming Fort Nelson Secondary School graduating class of 2023 as they complete their Grand March. Mahave Aden. Savannah Shepherd. Nick Akins. Matthew Bassett. Cody Berg. Juliana Boomer. Robert Clark. Stephanie Cullen. Aiden Deloya. Cameron Diamondsea. Rhiannon DiMaggio. Elizabeth Fife. Jordan Kerber. Emma Fisher. Peyton Whidden. Austin Gardner. Jesse Harold. Logan Mold. Darren Kasterkoff. Caden Lucas. Nicholas McLaughlin. Marshall Michelle. Rebecca Morin. Greg Nunes. Hunter Robinson. Alexis Romanishin. Jackson Showbridge. Cadence Thompson. Rayanne Terreras. Chloe Takoza. Ryder Waftel. Brody Wells. Jody Wells. Let's give another round of applause for our graduating class of 2023. At this time, we would ask you to please rise for the playing of O Canada. I'd like to call Mr. Lucas, principal of Fort Nelson Secondary School, to come forward and read our principal's address.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Parents, caregivers, relatives, neighbors, and innocent bystanders, thank you for what you've done to help contribute to these fine people make the stage today. Time goes by far too fast. An amazing and wonderful person recently said, "The days are long, but the years go by fast." As a parent, caregiver, it's incredible and so easy for us to think that it was only yesterday we were encouraging them to walk, celebrating their first words, teaching them how to ride a bike, and dropping them off for their first day of kindergarten. This too will be another proud moment that we hold tight as we watch our loved ones up on stage. To the staff, thank you for all the extra time you put in. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for the gifts you've given these fine graduates. Now, class of 2023, there's no doubt y'all needed maybe a little bit of encouragement along the way, maybe a little bit of help here and there, but you all did it on your own. And it was you alone that got yourself to sit in that seat today. So reflect on that, hold it tight, and be proud of yourselves. I'm very thankful that we got to spend a bit of time together and we had some laughs. I don't know if we had any cries. Somebody might remind me if we did, but we had some laughs, we had some good conversations, and I'm proud to be giving you this delivery today. Now, I haven't taught you any lessons, so I'm going to teach you one now, a few of them, a few life lessons. And you can't run. You could, but I encourage you not to. So like all great movies, characters, idols, heroes, loved ones, and famous NASCAR drivers, you too will have moments in your life that will be worth sharing, talking about, and even make you legends. In 1980, Han Solo said, "Never tell me the odds." Take this to heart. Never think anything in your future adventures will be too hard to reach. Push yourselves. Don't give up. And remember, your focus determines your reality. That was Qui-Gon Jinn. The late Dale Mr. Earnhardt made this comment: "You can't let one bad moment spoil many good ones." How true is this statement? Don't get hung up on things that bring you down. Face them, deal with them, then move on. Life's beautiful. And you can spend time enjoying it or not, but a lot of that's your decision. So give yourself the gift to forgive and forget. The Dark Knight once said, "It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me." Who you are as people will define you, much as your actions. So strive to be a good person, and remember that your shoes are the only ones you walk in. So have patience for others. Show empathy to all those that cross your path. Take time to honestly listen to stories and embrace the beauty of what's around you. Your older self will thank your younger self. Now, you don't have to be a Jedi Knight, a NASCAR driver, or a billionaire vigilante to have memorable times in life. You all are living your own destiny, so enjoy your path, make the most of it, be good to one another, and be safe. This is the way. That was The Mandalorian. So, please, everybody, a big round of applause for our graduating class of 2023.
Thank you, Mr. Lucas. I'd like to welcome School District 81's Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Mark Theobald, to the stage to address our graduates.
Microphone needed a little adjusting there. All right. I don't think I can read this. Good afternoon, graduates, parents, family members, and friends, staff, and guests. I must admit, it is very strange for me today to be speaking to you graduates as your superintendent and not as your principal, after seeing most of you come through from grade 8 to grade 12. I want to start by saying just how proud I am of all of you at this moment. You've worked hard. I know that many of you have overcome so many obstacles, small and great, to be sitting up on this stage today. And I really do hope that you are proud of the hard work you have put in to get yourselves here today. And while today is a celebration of your hard work and achievement, I also hope you can reflect with gratitude on those who have helped you get to this day. Parents and family that have supported and encouraged you, friends that have held you up during difficult times, teachers and staff that have connected with you and helped you to do your best. It might not be today, but at some point, do try to take time to thank those who you know made a difference for you in getting here. This year, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to share a story with you. No Dark Knight impressions in there. That's not my cup of tea. All right, some time ago, a young man went off to university to study chemistry. Why chemistry? Well, he really wasn't sure what to do, as his post-graduation plans had fallen through partway through his grade 12 year. He had done okay in chemistry in high school, kind of liked it, and figured he could probably get a decent job with a chemistry degree. But that was about as far as the reasoning went. Far away from home, first year of university hit that young man like a ton of bricks. Well, he had done well in high school, he hadn't really figured out what studying was all about, and discovered with horror in that first year that desperately cramming for a final exam where 60% of your final mark was a really terrible strategy. And while it had been thrilling watching his spectroscopy professor set the lecture hall on fire with liquid oxygen, he also discovered very quickly during introductory quantitative analysis that he really didn't like chemistry anymore. Fast forward 3 years, 2 of which had been spent on academic probation due to low grades, he received a letter from the university letting him know his marks were so low that he was now being kicked out. For years, that young man was too embarrassed to tell most folks what had actually happened. Rather, he said he just didn't like chemistry anymore and was taking some time off. He started a career in the financial industry for a few years, married, and during that time found out he had a knack for and enjoyed tutoring high school mathematics. He decided he wanted to become a math teacher. The thought of going back to university filled him with dread. Deep down, though, he wanted to prove to himself that he could do it. So he appealed to the university, was accepted back, and completed a math degree while starting a family. He obtained his teaching certificate and began teaching high school mathematics. After teaching for a while, he decided to try something completely different. He took a leave of absence and opened a bakery, of all things. 1 year later, discovered that sometimes, despite even having a thriving, successful business, you can suddenly find yourself in the position of having to close your doors. 9 years ago, after shuttering the doors of a family business, he moved back into education and became principal of a high school. At this point, I think it's quite obvious I'm telling you my own story. So why am I sharing it with you on your graduation day? Certainly not for my own posterity. I just let my employer know I flunked out of university. So we'll see if I'm up here sharing this with you again next year. Okay, I'm not sharing this story with you because it's anything special. And in fact, it's quite the contrary. And that's what I want you to realize today. I'm sharing it because I'm willing to wager that there's an element of it that is shared by every single adult sitting in this audience. Whether they're your mom, your dad, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, or your teachers. Everyone in this room has dealt with challenges, failure, uncertainty, and risk in their life. Every adult in this gym has been afraid or worried when they have hit a fork in the road, wondering what the right decision is. And later on, when things don't work out, they wonder how it would have turned out if they had made a different decision. Every adult in this gym has experienced failure, whether it be small or catastrophic, and they've had to pick themselves up and figure out what to do next. So graduates, my message to you this afternoon is pretty simple. Don't be afraid. Whatever path you've chosen after graduation, don't be afraid to put everything into it, to give it your all. And don't be afraid if you happen to fail miserably at it. If you do fail, don't be afraid to make the decision to start over and try it all over again. Throughout your life, I encourage you to also not be afraid to try something totally different. It might work out, it might not, but you'll learn from it, you'll grow from it, and just maybe have the most amazing experience of your life along the way. It took me a very long time to realize we often spend our lives waiting for that moment when we're successful. We think that when we get to the end, that's where life happens, right? When we get that job, when we finish that degree, when we finish that training, when we finally get to go on vacation, right? You don't want to spend your life waiting. Life is what happens during those failures and those challenges and that hard work. My mom gave me a card on my graduation day. In it was a very lengthy poem, and I don't remember most of it. But the end of one line has always stuck with me. I had to look up the first part of it today. When you are faced with the decision, make that decision as wisely as possible, and then forget it. The moment of absolute certainty never arrives. You're never going to know for sure when you have to make a decision if it's the absolute best one. Just make a decision as wisely as possible and then forget about it. Graduates, I know that each one of you sitting up here today has a tremendous amount of potential. Don't be afraid to make bold decisions for your future. You are going to do awesome. Congratulations on a job very well done.
Next, I would like to welcome Mrs. Linda Dolan from the Board of Trustees to do her address.
Forever adjusting the microphone. Let's get it so I can. Hello and welcome. It's good to see you all here. Nezu ne ganita, Juhan ne J, and bienvenue. C'est bon de te voir ici, and that all says, it's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. And I can't see this. What am I going to do? We are gathered here on Treaty 8 territory to witness, I can't read it. Yeah, please, if you can. I'm going to get Sarah to read it for me because I can't see it in the darkness.
No problem. Okay. I know it's hard for me too. Don't worry. We are gathered here on Treaty 8 territory to witness the celebration of our graduates with their families and this community. On behalf of the trustees of School District 81, Linda brings compliments to this grand class and a welcome to all the guests gathered here. To the parents of these graduates, you are witnessing the achievement of one of your dreams, seeing your child graduate from high school. Congratulations. To all the staff and parents who have helped make this day possible for the students here before you, thank you. The theme for this year's grad is the Enchanted Forest. Childhood is enchanted forest time. Children learn about things that they can try and things that they can and can't do. And life moves on. And as it does, the enchanted forest becomes a place beyond the safety of family and this community. It represents the unknown where anything can happen. It is beyond your normal experience and is both an unfamiliar place and a magical realm. When facing life after your high school graduation, you may get that lost in the woods feeling. Oh my, now what? What do I do now? Where do I go next? Then you find your path. Whether it's an apprenticeship to a trade that fascinates you, or attending college or university, or doing a job that you love, life moves on. The spirits of the enchanted forest can also be known as the elements: water, fire, wind, earth, and a fifth spirit that brings magic and humanity. The first four elements are what we need to keep life going on this planet. The fifth element is what takes you forward on your journey throughout your life. The belief in yourself and magic that happens, or as Linda sees it, the ability to think of something new and exciting and then make it happen. Experiences such as these open your eyes to many possibilities and dreams. So set some goals, make a few plans as your life moves on. As your life unfolds, I urge you, or Linda urges you, to think about, I do too, just so you know. We urge you to think about one of her favorite truths. Gifts come wrapped in unusual packages. Whether it's a life challenge, an illness, the loss of a job, or someone dear to you, or a friend moves away. Each challenge in your journey brings an opportunity for growth and the lessons to be learned, and when learned, gifts to enjoy. So take a few chances, learn something new, make the magic happen. Use those dreams and wishes you have to set some goals, and then get to work on making them happen. And enjoy what each day brings as life moves on. In closing, Linda once again offers her thanks to all of you who have worked to help these students graduate and to make this graduation and the coming celebrations happen. On behalf of the trustees of our school district, they say, congratulations, graduates. As your life moves on, we wish you success. We'd like to now welcome Chief Charlene Gale of Fort Nelson First Nations to the stage to address our graduates.
Distinguished principals, teachers, parents, administrators, leaders, and esteemed guests, today we gather here to bid farewell to the exceptional graduating class of 2023. It is truly an honor for me to stand before you as a representative of the Fort Nelson First Nation, Chief and Council, and extend our heartfelt wishes to all the graduates for their future endeavors. Each and every one of you deserve the utmost praise and recognition for achieving this significant milestone in your lives. I extend my warmest congratulations to all of you, knowing the immense dedication and hard work it took to reach this point. Take pride in your accomplishments, for they are a testament of your determination and your resilience. A special thank you goes out to your teachers, your parents, and your mentors who have been your guiding lights, providing endless support, patience, and invaluable teachings as they witnessed you grow over the years. We recognize and appreciate their unwavering commitment to your education and your development. As you embark on your new and exciting journey in life, we pray that the Creator guides and protects you along the way. Embrace each and every opportunity that comes your way, live life to the fullest, and dare to reach for the stars. Your dreams are within reach, and the possibilities that lie before you are endless. Lastly, on behalf of Fort Nelson First Nation Chief and Council, it is our privilege to present our graduates with a gift symbolizing our celebration for your remarkable achievements. I kindly request the following graduates to come forward, please. We have Mojave. Marshall Michelle. We have Cameron Diamondsey. We have Jesse. Alexis. We have Cadence. And we have Logan. Let's congratulate the graduating class of 2023. Woohoo!
The time has come to recognize the achievements and accomplishments of many of our graduating students through the awarding of scholarships and bursaries. This year, we had 36 different scholarships and bursaries for our grads. These awards are very much appreciated by our graduates as they go off to pursue their dreams and career ambitions. A huge thank you goes out to Ms. Carrie Larson, FNSS Scholarship Coordinator, for the hours of work she put in organizing and preparing these awards. Today we are handing out 39 awards, my apologies, awarded at $37,200. Each applicant was required to complete a comprehensive application package to be considered for any award. This is an intense process and each student is applauded for their time and effort. All the applicants need to be commended for their dedication and achievements throughout their years at FNSS. Our first award is the BPOE Elks of Fort Nelson Bursary, presented by Pat Nelson. The Fort Nelson Elks awards this $1,000 bursary to an honor roll student who has demonstrated leadership in citizenship and has given as a volunteer in the community. This year's recipient is Rebecca Morin. Our next award is the Mark Breton Memorial Bursary, presented by Glenn Goff. Mark Breton was a well-loved teacher at R.L. Angus. This $500 bursary is going to the graduating student who, like Mark was, is active in sport and is entering into education, recreation, physical education, leisure studies, or kinesiology. This student makes positive academic and personal choices no matter the circumstances that they face. This year's recipient is Rayanne Herreras. Our next award is the Bumper to Bumper Bursary, presented by Graham Prowse. Bumper to Bumper awards a student registered in a school career prep secondary apprenticeship program that plans to go to post-secondary school $1,500 in tools. Bumper to Bumper selects its own recipient, and the tools are awarded upon completion of the first year of trades training or entry into the apprenticeship program. This year's recipient is Austin Gardner. Our next award is the City Furniture and Appliances Scholarships, presented by Jazz Candola. These two City Furniture and Appliances scholarships are chosen by the donor. They are valued at $1,000 each and are given to students entering a university or trade school. This year's two recipients are Aidan Deloya and Hunter Robinson. Our next award is the CUPE Local 2167 Scholarship being presented by Ms. Kathleen Ganson. These $500 scholarships are given to graduates who are CUPE Local 2167 members or who are children of CUPE Local 2167 members. This year's two recipients are Nicholas McLaughlin and Hunter Robinson. Our next award is the Dr. Casa Memorial Annual Health Scholarship being presented by Mr. Dave Sutherland. The Dr. Casa Memorial Annual Health Scholarship is valued at $2,000. It is awarded to a student who has demonstrated positive community involvement and has been a positive role model in both FNSS and Fort Nelson. The recipient must already be accepted into a post-secondary health-related program. This year's recipient is Nicholas McLaughlin. Our next award is the Dr. Mostert Annual Health Scholarship, also being presented by Dave Sutherland. The Dr. Mostert Annual Health Scholarship is valued at $2,000. It is awarded to a graduate who has been accepted into post-secondary health-related programs, who has demonstrated positive community involvement, and has been a positive role model in both the school and community. This year's recipient is Rayanne Terreras. Our next award is the Down to Earth Health Shop Scholarship being presented by Natasha Ostapovich. Kim Gillette and Kevin Friesen offer this $1,000 scholarship to a student with good academic standing and a healthy lifestyle who is heading into natural health, nutrition, environmental science, or a renewable energy resources field. The recipient is chosen by the donor. This year's recipient is Rayanne Terreras. Our next award is the Fort Nelson District Administrators Association Scholarship being presented by Becky Froese. The district administrators give this $500 scholarship to a graduate who has achieved a minimum of a B average in grades 11 and 12 and plans to enter any post-secondary program. This year's recipient is Aidan Deloya. Our next scholarship is the Fort Nelson District Teachers Association Scholarship being presented by Glenn Goff. The FNDTA awards a $1,500 scholarship to a graduating student who has demonstrated leadership, effective communication skills, and good grades, and who is enrolled in post-secondary programs. Preference is given to a student entering the education field. This year's recipient is Rebecca Morin. Our next scholarship is the Fort Nelson Minor Hockey Association bursary being presented by Ryan Bully. These bursaries are valued at $500 each. They are awarded to students enrolling in a sport and/or rec field who has been involved in sports and recreation in Fort Nelson. Preference will be given to someone with a hockey background. This year's two recipients are Logan Mold and Rayanne Terreras. Our next award is the Fort Nelson Petroleum Association bursary presented by Devin Susi. The Petroleum Association gives this $1,000 bursary to a student they select who is entering a petroleum-related program or a post-secondary trades program. This year's recipient is Austin Gardner. Our next award is the Fort Nelson Yeti Legacy Scholarships being presented by Kathleen Ganson. These two $500 scholarships are given out by the Fort Nelson Yeti Hockey Club. They are given to graduates going on to post-secondary school who have achieved high academic standing while being involved in both high school and community sports during their high school years. This year's two recipients are Cameron Diamondsea and Rayanne Terreras. Our next award is the Jean Gardner CPA Memorial Scholarship, sponsored by MNP, being presented by Pat Nelson. This $1,000 award is given to a student entering a business program, preferably in the accounting field. It is given out by MNP in memorial of Jean Gardner. This year's recipient is Hunter Robinson. Our next award is the Greg Gerwing Memorial Scholarship, being presented by Lorraine Gerwing and Shalyn Johnson. In memory of a much-loved and respected teacher at FNSS, this $1,000 scholarship is awarded to an FNSS student who has been accepted into a post-secondary program and who has demonstrated a working knowledge of and love for the outdoors and displays determination and perseverance toward their career goals. To help the donors select the recipient, the applicants must write an essay describing their working knowledge and love of the outdoors and how they've demonstrated perseverance towards their career. This year's recipient is Cody Berg. Our next award is the Harris & Co. Law 12 Award, being presented by Natasha Ostapovich. This $200 award goes to a student who has excelled in History 12 and is entering a post-secondary institution, college, or university. This year's recipient is Cody Berg. Our next award is the Frida Murrin Bursary, being presented by Sarah J. Natural. This $500 bursary is awarded in memory of Frida Murrin. It goes to a student who has experienced adversity, has financial need, plans to pursue post-secondary education or trades, shows determination and perseverance, and is motivated to succeed in their chosen career. The student submitted a 500-word essay as a part of the application process for this award. This year's recipient is Juliana Boomer. Our next award is a Northeastern BC Wildlife Scholarship, being presented by Maura Biddlecombe. The Northeastern BC Wildlife Fund offers a $2,500 scholarship, and they select the recipients on their own. It is offered to a graduate planning to study wildlife and resource management, environmental studies, or a related field at an accredited post-secondary institution. This year's recipient is Nicholas McLaughlin. Our next scholarship is the Northern Rockies Regional Municipality Administrative Bursary, being presented by Mayor Rob Fraser. This bursary is valued at $1,000. It is awarded to a student who has been accepted into a program leading to employment in municipal government in an administrative-oriented occupation. This year's recipient is Hunter Robinson. Our next award is the Northern Rockies Regional Municipality Management Group Scholarship, also being presented by Mayor Rob Fraser. It's like, don't go. Offered by the Town of Fort Nelson Management Group, this $1,000 scholarship is awarded to a student who has good academic standing and has been accepted into a post-secondary program focusing on government or administration. Priority will be given to the child or grandchild of an NRRM Management Group member. This year's recipient is Hunter Robinson. Our next award is the Northern Rockies Regional Municipality Technical Training Bursary, also being presented by Mayor Rob Fraser. This bursary is valued at $1,000. It's awarded to a graduate who's been accepted into a program leading to employment in a technically oriented occupation that would lead itself to employment in a municipality-related career or profession. This year's recipient is Aidan Deloya. Our next award is the Jonas Snoose Parsons Scholarship and Bursary, being presented by Carly Coche. These two $750 awards go to Fort Nelson First Nations students with good academic standing who are going on to post-secondary training. This year's two recipients, are Cameron Diamond C. and Jesse Harold. Our next award is the Rotary Club of Fort Nelson Scholarship, being presented by Jazz Condola. This scholarship is valued at $1,500. It is presented to a student entering a recognized post-secondary program who has been involved in a community in a service capacity, exemplifies school citizenship, and has maintained a good academic standing. This year's recipient is Hunter Robinson. Our next award is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Scholarship, presented by Mark Theobald. The RCMP presents this $1,000 scholarship to a graduating student going into a post-secondary program. The winner of this scholarship has been found to demonstrate citizenship, strong moral character, and community involvement, as well as having a clear criminal record. They also have high academic achievement. This year's recipient is Matthew Bassett. Our next award is the Salas Safety Solutions Scholarship Fund, also being presented by Mark Theobald. Salas Safety Solutions awards this $1,500 scholarship to an all-around student pursuing university training. They need to have shown determination, perseverance, drive, and focus, as well as having shown leadership in and out of school. This year's recipient is Hunter Robinson. Our next award is the John Streeper Scholarship Fund, being presented by Dave Sutherland. This $1,500 scholarship goes to a student continuing in trades education or apprenticeship program who has demonstrated perseverance and determination. This year's recipient is Austin Gardner. Our next award is the Jim Thompson Bursary, being presented by Heather Sparshoe. This $250 bursary is awarded to an FNSS graduate who has good academic achievement and good citizenship. Priority is given to a student who is continuing their education at Northern Lights College in a non-university transfer program. If no one is entering NLC, it'll be awarded to a student enrolling in a college or technical program. This year's recipient is Cody Berg. Our next award is the Unifor Local 862 Bursary, being presented by Dave Sutherland. This $1,000 award goes to the child of a Unifor Local 862 member. This year's recipient is Brody Wells. Our next award is the Judy Watson Bursary, being presented by Kathleen Ganson. This $250 bursary goes to a student who is going into a recognized post-secondary program and has a good academic standing, a good work ethic, and has shown citizenship throughout the year. This year's recipient is Aidan Deloya. Our next award is the Western Communities Foundation's Exceptional Achievement Bursary, being presented by Ashley Bouvette. This $750 bursary is given to a student who has overcome adversity, financial hardship, or family issues. They have displayed outstanding community or school spirit and have demonstrated inspirational conduct, acts of heroism, or shown leadership in a crisis. This year's recipient is Ryder Waftel. Our last award for the afternoon is our Youth Work and Trades, being presented by Heather Sparshoe. These $1,000 scholarships are awarded to Youth Work and Trades SSA students who meet the eligibility criteria. The Youth Work and Trades program provides skill development through practical hands-on work experience. These students begin their apprenticeships while still in high school. This year's 3 recipients are Emma Fisher, Logan Mold, and Chloe Takoza. Congratulations to all of this year's very worthy recipients. Thank you again to all of our donors for your tremendous generosity, the Scholarship Selection Committee for their decision-making process, and again to Ms. Larson, the FNSS Scholarship Coordinator, for her tremendous work throughout the year. I would like to welcome Mayor Fraser to the stage to address the graduates.
I think I missed the memo. I think I missed the memo about where I was supposed to sit. I was sitting in the back. So they missed me a bit, but I feel like I've come full circle. It was 45 years ago, probably this week, that I graduated from this same high school. And it feels like a great homecoming for me. Good afternoon to the grads, teachers, administrators, parents, families, elders. It's an honor to speak here today. Thank you very much. I want to take this moment to acknowledge the traditional territories of the Fort Nelson First Nation. Additionally, I want to recognize our common treaty and the rights that it contains. As Mayor of the Northern Rockies, representing our council, staff, and residents, it is my great pleasure to extend my sincere congratulations to all of you on this momentous day. Graduating from high school is an accomplishment that you can truly be proud of. It serves as a stepping stone towards a future filled with endless possibilities. I would like to give a big shout out to all the grads and their families, teachers, for the immense amount of hard work it took to reach this milestone. As I said, it's been 45 years since I graduated, went away, moved back. I've learned a few things, and I'd like to pass those along. Keep your family and friends close, as they will serve as your strongest support network throughout your life. Take the time to explore who you are and discover your unique path in life. Don't be afraid to take a few risks in order to learn more about yourself. You possess abilities and strengths that you may not even be aware of. When you're young, you can recover if an idea doesn't pan out. One of the things you have learned in school is the ability to learn. However, it's a skill that you can lose if you don't use it. It may seem silly now as you are finishing high school, but strive to learn something new every single day. Ask questions. Think about what you see and you hear. Continuous learning will help you to prepare for the opportunities that will present themselves. Be ready. Remember your roots and take pride in your community. Appreciate the time growing up in this unique part of British Columbia. Consider our communities, your hometown, in your future plans. The Northern Rockies regions offers a wonderful environment for building a career and raising a family. Wherever you end up living, be a positive influence in your neighborhood. Being a part of something bigger than yourself can be truly rewarding. Whatever decision you make for your future, strive for the best. The world is filled with opportunities for success and happiness. We urge you to enjoy life, stay positive, cherish the memories of your graduation. They will be with you for the rest of your life. Remember to be kind, be compassionate, and prioritize your own safety. Finally, let me once again extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the graduates. Today marks the beginning of an exciting new chapter in your life. Embrace the challenges and opportunities that come your way, and always strive to make a positive impact on the world. We have faith in your potential, and we are excited to witness the great things that you're going to accomplish. Congratulations.
Every year, the graduating class nominates and selects a guest speaker to give a speech at their graduation ceremony. This is someone who the class identifies well with, has lasting relationships, and feels will best represent their class as a whole. No pressure. This year, Mr. Dave Sutherland has been selected to give a speech. Please welcome to the stage, Dave Sutherland.
Graduates, parents and guests, staff and students of FNSS, ladies and gentlemen. Graduates, it's an honor to be asked to speak on an occasion like this, and for that I thank you. I've been asked to do a number of similar speeches over the years, so I hope I'm not saying too many of the same things all over again. As I stand here today, I'd like to say that I'm proud of each and every one of you for what you've accomplished. While I've known a few of you for a good part of your life, I first met most of you graduates in one of my grade 8 woodwork classes. I also met some of you in a woodwork or construction course, maybe mechanics or metalwork, or perhaps an outdoor survival course. Over the next few minutes, I would like to share with you some of my memories of the class of 2023, offer some reminders, and a bit of personal advice. The quotes I'll be reading you are from the writings of Andy Rooney, who was a senior writer with CBS News, Randy Pausch, who was a computer science professor at university, and Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple Computers. The words of these gentlemen is not lost on you. I've also tried to be brief. This thing is only about 8 minutes long, as I'm well aware that today is the occasion of your graduation and you want to get on with it. Memories. I often see students at their various jobs in the workforce here in Fort Nelson, and I'm pleased with what I see. The maturity, the work ethic, and the professionalism. I'm impressed. A number of you have started their careers through dual credit programs and have been working somewhere beside school for the past few months. Right, one of you in early childhood education, and 2 of you in chef training. These are ambitious pursuits for someone still in high school, and I applaud you. Some of you have the best vehicles, and the vehicles I'm referring to are lots older than you are, likely older than some of your parents. One of you drives a very nice 76 Chevy pickup to school, and one of you arrived here today in a fully restored 1974 Toyota Land Cruiser. I'm jealous. Many of you need to pay attention to how you use the English language. That wasn't the punchline. How many of you have asked me, can I use the washroom? I likely responded by saying something like, I should hope so at your age. And one of you asked to borrow a Band-Aid the other day, as if I needed it back when you were done. There are a couple of you in my mechanics class who went through all the paperwork in the glove box of one of my vehicles to find out my middle name. And from then on, all your written assignments were addressed to David George Sutherland. And some of you are also really interested in finding out my birth date. You should have checked the glove box for my driver's license. I was born November 28, 1954. Too many of you spent too much time in the MPA and then took too long to get into class afterwards. And one of you still hasn't cleaned up after your last oil change. About 49 years ago, in June of 1974, I was sitting in a similar spot where you are now, 19 years old, in a rented suit, graduating from secondary school in North Vancouver, having completed more than 14 years in BC's public education system. Whether you're starting a career, starting full-time work to save money, off to post-secondary education of some sort, or taking some time to travel, this ceremony really does mark a major turning point in your life. Reminders. Travel. Go somewhere meaningful and challenging. Especially try to see a lot of Canada. It's our country and it's a great place. And consider going north, way past the hot springs. It's a beautiful country up there too. For a real adventure, go in the winter. Be a specialist. Discover something that you really excel at. Be adaptive enough to do a great many things well, but try to find one thing that excites you and pursue it until you can do that one thing better than anyone else you know. Keep in touch, most importantly with family and close friends. Remember and keep track of important dates, birthdays, anniversaries, etc. Send a card, make a phone call, send an email, or even just a short text message. Take the time and make the effort. you'll be rewarded. Say thank you to those people you admire and look up to, especially your elders. It means a lot to them, and it will mean a lot to you too. Pay attention to poetry and songs. Read or listen to the words carefully. They can offer a different perspective on life and the world we live in. Don't feel guilty if you don't know yet what you want to do with your life. Just get out there and do something. It's your life and your adventure. Don't waste a minute. I didn't get into teaching until I was almost 30. I'm 68 now, and I still haven't figured out what I want to do next. Remember where you came from, and if that's not Fort Nelson, then remember where you graduated. You spent a fair chunk of your life here. It's a good community. Remember it, and remember us. Advice. I've done a number of these speeches over the years, and right now is the time I try and give the grads some advice. I'm sure most of you have heard the expression, if you love your job, you'll never have to work a day in your life. So look to find a job or a career that you really do enjoy, that you love even. Job satisfaction is truly an important factor, especially over the long term. If at all possible, be on time. You've heard it for 12 years, and it may or may not have sunk in yet, but it is a sign of respect, and it's never fashionable to be late. Life is not fair. Get used to it. Dream. Dream lots. Dreams can be motivators, and dreams can be good for the soul, even if they don't often come true. Have a goal. Have lots of these too. They can be public or personal, financial or philanthropic, that means you donate money to others, vocational or recreational, and try to make sure you accomplish some of your goals from time to time as well. Don't smoke anything ever. No. Don't argue. It's my speech. If you do smoke, it's time to quit. If you can't quit, keep trying. Don't quit quitting. You will thank yourself. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Who knows, you might enjoy it and want to do it again tomorrow. Final piece of advice is a quote from somewhere, but I can't really find out where it came from or who wrote it. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Surround yourself with people you can learn from, people who can teach you, or at least people you can learn with. Quotes. If you get a chance, read some of what Randy Pausch, Steve Jobs, and Andy Rooney wrote over the course of their lives. It's well worth reading. From Randy Pausch. If I had only 3 words of advice, they would be, tell the truth. If I got 3 more, I'd add all the time. From Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living the result of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. The next one. Enthusiasm on the job is more important than education or brains. Andy Rooney said that. The final quote I'd like to read is one I saw painted in large letters on the back of a commercial truck trailer in Tim Hortons parking lot in the spring. It reads, never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. I still got one more page. Graduation is a time of celebration and joy. You should all be very proud of what you've done and all the work it took to get you here. It's also a time of some sadness. It's the last time you will all be together in the same place at the same time. Look around at each other, at your friends, and at the school staff. Our school has been very good to you, whether you realize it or not. And the school is also a better place because you were part of it. Finally, I'm sure each of you can name a few people who used to be part of this class and for any number of reasons are not here today. Don't forget these friends. Encourage them not to give up on their education, whether it be next year, the year after, or 5 years from now. Encourage them and help them. Education is always a good thing. In closing, I want to thank Rhiannon Maggio and Peyton Whidden for asking me to do this. I'm pretty sure I told you both I would only do this if you couldn't find somebody else, and I'm not sure how hard you tried. I really don't like public speaking, but now it's all over. I guess it's okay. I got this much to go, you guys. I'd also like to thank Ellie DeRose for being this year's grad sponsor and Sarah Toffelmeyer for doing the MC for this thing. Lastly, I'd like to thank the families of the class of 2023. I'm sure you haven't received anywhere near the credit you deserve for getting these graduates to where they are today. Congratulations, graduates. You made it. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
This year, the grad class has nominated and selected a student to represent them as valedictorian for this graduation ceremony. It is quite an honor, and this year's selected student has stepped up to the challenge of writing a speech and reading it in front of their peers. Please welcome to the stage, Elizabeth Fife.
Yeah, they're setting me up. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start this with a quick thank you to my teachers and peers for giving me the opportunity to be up here. I'm honored to be the person sending away the class. While it would be easy to talk about my experience and how wonderful high school was for me, like every other valedictorian speech out there, I don't want to write this speech for me. I want to write it for this class, the loud people and the quiet people, the people who don't get the chance to be up here talking with me. I want to talk just a little bit about these beautiful stories I've seen being made. I've seen lives unfold in front of me. I've watched my friends and classmates bloom into the people they are today. I know so much about everyone in this class, and half of them I haven't even spoken to for more than 2 minutes. That's because Fort Nelson is a tiny, tiny town. It's hard not to know everything about the person next to you. And while that sounds terrifying, it does come in handy when you walk down these gray and green hallways and you know you're not alone. Because sometimes that's what high school is. It's lonely. And then sometimes high school is more than just a lonely experience, and it's overwhelming. I remember the countless times I've stared into those tiny Chromebooks while being so frustrated with the amount of work I had to do, and my only comfort being that it isn't going to be marked for another week after the due date, so I still have some time left. Then when I walk into my 9 o'clock class and I sit down and I hear everyone else talking about being behind on some assignment too, I feel a little less lonely. Then Hunter or Emma or Cadence will call my name and ask if I've done the new assignment yet, and I laugh because I'm 5 assignments behind that one. And there's always a small bit of comfort in this exchange, because while it feels lonely and it feels isolating, we're all going up the same mountain. We all struggled at some point, and we weren't struggling alone. And while I did just ramble about how lonely high school is, it can also be wonderful. These struggles and challenges are what made us all stronger. It taught us how to get things done, and that deadlines are only sometimes important. The unique and different people up here have countless memories made together. We worked together on group projects and posters, and we all sat through each other's long CLC presentations. Shout out to Ms. Larson, we all love you. We were here together, working together even if we didn't know it, either talking about how much the new assignment sucked or referencing notes from someone who already referenced their notes. and their notes were a shared Google Doc with 3 other people. We were connected, intertwined in the prettiest social spiderweb of memories, gossip, and associated friendships. So thank you, graduating class of 2023. Thank you for making me feel a whole less alone these years. Thank you for sharing documents and notes. Thank you to the Grad Council and PAC for funding this year's memories of almost crashing golf carts and so many barbecues. Thank you to the students on the sports teams who are doing things with their athletics that I can't even imagine. Thank you to Peyton Whidden, our grad executive leader. I wanted to bring her up to talk, but we didn't get the opportunity. She has done so much for this class that I can only tell you about. She has dragged us all into grad meetings where we get to have our 30-minute chat about the bottle drives, encouraged us to participate and come. She and the other grad executives have done so much for this class, and I think they deserve a lot more recognition. All the people up on this stage deserve recognition for working hard to get here. Everyone here has achieved so much and gone through the everyday high school experience. They did the assignments, they pulled through the struggle, and they woke up for over 2,000 days and got to school, most of the time, even in -30 and -40 weather because we are in the north and schools don't close until they're collapsing. They did it. Some people up here have already gone to college. Everyone up here is building a life for themselves and they are all doing an incredible job. I'm one person telling you about all these people, and if I'm being honest, I can't tell you everyone's story. So, class of 2023, keep writing these stories. Keep building your future. You've already come this far and there's no stopping now.
I'm going to direct your attention to your left, my right, grads, your right. We're going to do our baby slideshow. Enjoy. I don't remember that spotlight being there before. It's like, whoa. Sorry. All right, please, can I get everyone to rise for the playing of God Save the King? Family and friends, for the final time, the Fort Nelson Secondary School graduating class of 2023. Whoop. Toss those caps. Please be seated. You're going to go back the way you came. Back the way they came. Sir? Okay, we're good. Grads, you are dismissed. This concludes our 2023 graduation ceremony. Thank you all that were involved in making this event run smoothly. Thank you to the parents at home and everyone else who tuned in to view the graduation ceremony. Congratulations.